Hello, Magic Casters of all shapes and sizes. My name is Chance. Welcome to my Spellbook, and thank you so much for tuning in to the 23rd episode of our 3rd level spell series. Today we're going to be taking a look at quite arguably one of the best known and most commonly used spell out of any of the 3rd level spells. We're looking at Fireball. This spell is found on the Sorcerer and Wizard spell list, and it is found in the Player's Handbook. The spell, when it was first released, was actually met with a decent amount of controversy as to how powerful it is. Wizards then went on the record and said it was intentionally overpowered for essentially nostalgic purposes. The spell's been in D&D for arguably as long as D&D's been around, and it's always been a common choice amongst players. Now let's take a quick look at its mechanics so you can kind of see what I'm saying here. So its damage is 8d6. That's right, didn't stutter. That is 100% what it is. Disgusting. Plus an additional d6 per slot level above 3rd, so you can even upcast it if you want. The effect at a glance causes an explosion that spreads around corners and ignites flammable objects. The cast time is 1 action, the range is 150 feet, and the actual area of effect is a 20-foot radius sphere, which is awesome. The duration is instantaneous. The components are somatic, material, and verbal. If you're curious about that material component, it is a tiny ball of bat guano and sulfur. The reason being is those are both ingredients in gunpowder or some form of explosive substance, so it's pretty cool, makes a little bit of sense. The saving throw is Dexterity, and on a successful save, they take half damage. The skill is Evocation, and the damage type is Fire. Honestly, insane damage, great range, massive area of effect, got a lot going for it. Now let's take a quick look at its full description here and break it down a little bit further. A bright streak flashes from your pointed finger to a point you choose within range, and then blossoms with a low roar into an explosion of flame. Each creature in a 20-foot radius sphere centered on that point must make a dexterity saving throw. A target takes 8d6 fire damage on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful one. The fire spreads around corners. It ignites flammable objects in the area that aren't being worn or carried. At higher levels, when you cast a spell using a spell slot 4th level or higher, the damage increases by 1d6 for each slot level above 3rd. Very cool stuff, very interesting, absolutely love it. Something worth pointing out, unless you're an Evocation wizard, this is going to affect party members as well, so just be conscious of that as you're using this spell. Outside of that, it's pretty self-explanatory. Now let's take a quick look at some alternative uses here. So one of the best alternative uses is just taking down large groups of enemies from an insane distance. Once again, you do have to worry about civilian and ally casualties, but if you remove that from the equation, this is just a godsend. It really is. There's not a whole lot of spells in earlier levels that can actually keep up with this range, at least not without using some form of meta magic or invocation. So it's pretty safe to assume that if someone's 150 feet away and decks you with this, you're not really going to be able to respond that well. So it is quite interesting. Another great use for this is using it to orchestrate timing in relation to plans. For example, as soon as the fireball is lit, that's when you enter to the bank or what have you and proceed to do whatever you need to do there. So it could be used as a great signal, but ultimately this is one heck of an offensive spell, and that's definitely the way it's meant to be used. That being said, if you have any alternative uses, ideas, thoughts, questions, comments, or concerns, please put it down beneath in the comment section. And if you like that cool hand-drawn Dragonborn and you'd like your own hand-drawn D&D character, please check out the guild hall to figure out exactly how to do that. That being said, I hope you all have a great day, and as always, happy casting.